A warm good evening to fellow Toastmasters of District 120. We are here for yet another exciting and informative session uh, with respect to the TLI event. Today, I'm glad to announce you that we are in the 45th TLI event for this term. And thank you all for your support and constant participation to make all these sessions houseful. And also, thank you very much for the feedback that you are giving at the end of every session. So today, the agenda, we'll be having the address from the trio, followed by the trainers session. Today, we have our program quality director and club growth director joined us. Let me invite them for the session. First, I'd like to call our program quality director to give a quick intro about him. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan is an engineering graduate having 15 years of experience in software industry. He's a passionate public speaker and avid traveler, having traveled across 20 plus countries. The first member to achieve the Pathways Distinguished Toastmasters in District 120, created the first of its kind membership dues calculator for clubs and members, served as a conference chair for the annual conference of Division I Illuminate 2018. He served in different district roles. Uh, Primarily, he served as an area director, a division director of Division A, served as the club growth director, currently serving as the program quality director of District 120. Let's welcome our program quality director, distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan. Over to you.
Hey, hi. Can I see a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me?
Yes, Mohan.
Okay, super. First of all, apologies. I'm just coming out from somewhere, and you know how bad Chennai traffic on a Saturday is. So would be there at home and join in a laptop in a few minutes. But thank you so much for all of you that have taken time on the Saturday evening to learn something. That has been the only reason why we have touched 45 TLA sessions. I don't think we have ever done that, and we still think there is much more to share. Uh, we will continue doing that, and today's session is absolutely something very special for me. Pathways has always been special. We did two other sessions, and this is the final installment of the Pathways, and I only Vijay and I know how much discussions went onto the place, and all these, what is that you expect out of the session and the form, has been discussed. It's not that, we have something to say and we are saying no. We wanted to listen from all of you that, here is what I want to know. And we have pretty much made sure that is all in the slides. If not, we are all here to address that, not just today, always. That's something that I can guarantee. One thing I've always wanted to tell and in our fraternity is, be it a club officer or any learning from Pathways, we always call this transferable skills. So please make sure every single thing you do in Pathways, you take it to your work or your personal life, or if you're a student. I'm sure there's at least one thing that you can take and implement. And Toastmasters, our fraternity, is one place where we can try and fail and do things again and again, and we're all going to help you do it better. So learn at least one thing. Let us know, give your feedback of what else can be done. And then we will definitely look into it, and we're all here to help and support, and all of you reaching greater heights with, Pathways learning experience. So I'm also here to learn something from all of you today. Looking forward for the session. Let's do what we love and do a lot of it for District 120. Over to you, TLA Chair Toastmaster Abdul.
Yes. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan, for your address. Now it's time for us to hear from our club growth director. To give a quick intro about him, Toastmaster Vinod Kumar is an electrical engineer with more than 15 years of association with L&T Electrical and Automation, a unit of Schneider Electric India Private Limited. I think I have pronounced this right. He's currently serving as a general manager and leading the outsourcing operations of low-voltage switchboards manufacturing at Coimbatore. A Toastmaster since 2018, he is currently a member of Coimbatore Speakers Forum, Tamil Chennai Selvendragal Mandram, and also the charter member of the SEIPL, Schneider Electric India Private Limited, Alpha Coimbatore Toastmasters Club. He was a stellar area director of Area B5, with all his 6 clubs emerging as President Distinguished and Distinguished Division Director of Division B. He is currently serving as a Club Growth Director of District 120. Let's welcome our Club Growth Director, Toastmaster Vinod Kumar. Over to you.
Hi, Abdul. Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me. Yeah. Good
Yes.
evening, members of District 120. I'm sure all of you here with an interest to learn about pathways. All that I would request is once you have this learning with you in place, let us all take back the learnings to our club members, and we'll ensure that the members who haven't participated also attends the subsequent training sessions. In all my interactions, whenever a new member is there and whenever a new member leaves the club, one thing which I've noticed is they've not delivered much of the speeches, especially from Pathways projects. So one unique way to retain and engage new member is to ensure, as vice president education, as vice president membership, to ensure that each of these members who joins delivers at least one speech every 3 months, so rather every 3 weeks, which is an important element in the member retention as well as member engagement. That's what I've been observed so far. So let us all learn. We have a beautiful trainer. 3 years back, I learned about pathways from her, and she's still training us. Let us gain a lot of learnings today and take back the learnings to the club. We'll also ensure that new members who are joining us are attending subsequent training sessions. With that, back to you, Abdul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod, for your address. Now let's hand over the session to our trainer for today's session. And before handing it over, let me give a quick intro about her. Distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Lakshmi is a passionate speaker who joined Toastmasters fraternity in the year 2011. Dual member of Meraki and Chennai Communicators Club, winner of District Evaluation Contest 2021, recipient of Pathways Champion Award and Speaker Citation Awards. She earned the Distinguished Toastmasters Award in Traditional Path in 2017 and later in 2021 became a Distinguished Toastmaster in Pathways. So let's put our hands to welcome our trainer for today's session, Distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Lakshmi. Over to you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Abdul. Good evening, District 120. It's an absolute pleasure to be here to do this session today. Thank you, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan, and the Club Growth Director, Vinod, who has joined today. Pathway sessions are always exciting because, as Mohan mentioned, we are not making the curriculum. We are indeed asking the members what they need, and then we design these presentations that will enable us to take the learnings back to the club or give it to the members what they need. So today's program is the third and the final episode, the finale of the Pathways series. We have done Pathways Basics, Intermediate, and today's session is the Pathways Advanced session or the program. So if you have missed Pathways Basic or Intermediate, it is available in our District 120's YouTube. So I would request you to kindly take your time to go and look at those videos. If you have any questions, feel free to reach to us. Okay, so here we start today's presentation. This is Exploring Pathways Possibilities, Episode 3, Advanced, and I wholeheartedly welcome you all. The Pathways learning experience. Today's curriculum is very simple. We are only going to see what is the update, the new updates in Pathways starting from 2024. They have launched many new updates from Toastmasters International. After that, we will be seeing level 4 and level 5 projects, the mandate projects, how to do it, what the project demands. And then we will be taking a look at the DTM requirements, how to become a Distinguished Toastmaster, what is required, how to file the award. And finally, we will see high performance leadership, the HPL, and answer any queries that you have. So let's quickly jump into today's session. To begin with, Toastmasters International has been constantly updating the Pathways program every now and then. They take member feedback seriously, and then they implement the changes based on the members' feedback across the globe. And here is what are few of the changes that are expected in 2024. Let's be mindful. TI has only announced these will be the changes, but no effective date has been announced yet, which means we can expect these changes somewhere this year in 2024. It can be in February, it can be in August. No specific date has been mentioned yet. When the date is mentioned, the district will inform the club and the members. So let's first see what are the new changes coming up. Number one, from out of the existing 11 paths that we have, we will be having only 6 paths taken forward. Let's be mindful here. We are not introducing any new path. We are not deleting any existing path. From the 11 paths, only the 6 paths are picked. And when a new member or anyone tries to add a new path from 2024, they will be able to add only from these 6 paths. Dynamic leadership, engaging humor, motivational strategy, presentation mastery, persuasive influence, and visionary communication. Only 6 paths will be available going forward. There is an exciting news that a Pathways mobile app will be launched soon. When? We are also waiting for the date. No further updates yet, but this is soon to come. TI is also working religiously to make sure that all your education achievements in Pathways can be directly mapped to your social media, to your LinkedIn profiles. What an amazing value add will that be, isn't it? So whatever you have achieved here, you can directly pin it to your LinkedIn profile. Again, this is also being under production now. When it will be released, will soon be informed from Toastmasters International. The level 1 got updated very recently. When I say recently, I mean 6 months ago. So you would have noticed there is a new learning management system. The LMS has been updated. In the updated LMS, this is the level 1 that's been updated. Earlier, we only had an icebreaker, and then we had evaluation and feedback, and we had research and presenting. But now the level 1 is changed. If any new member attempts a new path, this will be the level 1. You will first have an icebreaker speech. Then you will do a speech that has a purpose, writing a speech with purpose. Introduction to vocal variety and body language is another speech. Evaluation and feedback is another project where you will do 2 speeches and be 1 evaluator. So the level 1 has been updated. And this is reflecting now in all the parts. So we don't need to wait for any date. This is already updated. Level 1 for all the new parts will be this. So if you have a question, Vijay, I'm already doing team collaboration. I don't see team collaboration in the new 6 parts. What will happen to my team collaboration? You can still go ahead and finish your existing path at your own self-pace. And you will be receiving credit for the path that you completed. So don't worry if you are currently pursuing any path that is not going to be in the upcoming 6 paths. Okay, so TI has given you the liberty to go ahead and finish the path that you're doing and take credit for it. So don't worry about the existing paths. Any questions so far in the updates? Okay. Now let's see the mandate projects. Because this is advanced session, I have chosen only the 6 parts that are going to be in place going forward. And I'm going to take a look through all the level 4 and level 5 projects of these 6 parts. Feel free to please unmute and ask questions then and there. Let's not go to 45 minutes of a session and then come back to the first slide, right? Okay. The first part that
one question.
Yes, please.
Sorry. So I am new to Toastmasters. I'm just here for the past 1 month. So I am trying to, when I am trying to select, I was trying to select the pathways. I saw that there are 11, as you said. Can I select any one of those? Because since they are going to be extinct and there will be only 6, can I try one of those which is going to become extinct in the near future? So I don't lose that
From
also.
the feedback that I heard, when you try to select a path, because I've already selected 2 paths, I've not attempted to select a new one. So from the feedback that I heard from members, if you attempt to select a path that is going to be extinct, like you said, it is not allowing is what I heard, right? And also, why do you want to select? The reason why they removed that is because of the redundancy. Whatever projects and speeches that were there available in those paths are already inculcated into these paths. And that's why they want to remove the redundancy, and they have removed it, right? So as per my knowledge for now, you will not be able to select a path that will be extinct in the near future. Did I answer you?
Got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, the first path that I have chosen is Dynamic Leadership, DL. Let's look at level 4. What is the mandate project? Today, we are only going to see mandate projects because in intermediate level, we exhaustively saw the elective projects, right? So mandate project in level 4 of Dynamic Leadership is manage change. So which means you have to practice the skill to give a change management plan to your team. This could be a real change in a club. For example, I want to change the club timing. Sunday 3 o'clock, no one is coming. So let's change the time to Sunday morning 10 o'clock. If this is your plan, how will you propose this plan to your club members? Okay, this could be hypothetical as well. I remember one of my club members doing this project, and he proposed a 3-day work week. So you work only for 3 days, and he put out facts as to only by working 3 days in a week, how productive you can be. It was a hypothetical situation. He made all the members of the club as the board members of the company, and he did this proposal. A very nice speech that you can attempt. How to propose a change, manage change. Okay, this is a 5 to 7 minute of speech. In any speech, any project in level 4 and level 5, please take a look at all the required documents that are available. Look at the last one. It says this project includes, and then there are so many documents available, right? So please make sure you make use of those documents while you are preparing for these projects. The level 5 project in Dynamic Leadership is lead in any situation. Let's be mindful here. There are 2 projects. In another path, it is called lead in difficult situation. In Dynamic Leadership, this project is called lead in any situation. Now, when there is a specific timeline, the project will mention the timeline. If no timeline is mentioned, it is up to you to take your own timeline. For example, look at the first line. It says, for at least 6 months, take on a leadership role in Toastmasters at any level. So you can be the VPE, treasurer, sergeant at arms, or you can be in the subcommittee, do PR activities, right? For 6 months period. So it defines a period as to how long you need to do this level 5 projects. So let's be mindful, be very careful. If they're asking for a time period, let's give that time period and do the project and then present our report. So once you have done this role for 6 months, you will then come to the club and you will present a 8 to 10 minute speech. In every 4 and 5 levels, be very mindful of the time, the speech time, and also the duration of the project. Yeah, this is not a regular 7-minute speech. It's an 8 to 10 minute speech about your experience, what you did as a leader. Also, you need to ask your peers to complete a 360-degree evaluation sheet. The sheet is available with the project. So Dynamic Leadership, level 4, level 5 projects. Any questions? Quickly. Okay. Let's move on to Engaging Humor, EH. Engaging Humor, level 4 project is to help the speaker be prepared for an impromptu speech, prepared for an unprepared speech, right? So you will deliver 2 to 3 minute speeches where a list of topics will already be available in the project checklist, and at random, your TMOD or anyone from the club can pick a topic and give it to you, and you have to deliver a humorous speech. Once that speech is over, you will then start the second speech. Again, that speech is also 2 to 3 minutes. Right? So without any prior knowledge, random topics will be given. You can probably pick from that, or you can be prepared to deliver an unprepared speech. Right? It is all about to train a speaker on how to give an impromptu speech. That is level 4. In level 5 of Engaging Humor, You will present an 18 to 22 minutes keynote style humorous speech. Let's remember, this is not just a keynote speech. It's a keynote style humorous speech because this is engaging humor path. So the level 5 will need you to demonstrate that kind of a expertise in this level 5. So you need to engage your audience for about 18 to 22 minutes by delivering a humorous keynote speech, right? Questions in engaging humor? Okay. Let's go to motivational strategies, MS. Motivational strategies, level 4 is motivate others. So the project clearly tells you build a team of 3 to 4 people. Okay. It can be 5 or 6. It's up to you. At least 3 or 4 people. And you complete a project that will benefit your club. So typical projects that I have seen people do for this is there'll be a team of 4 or 5 people. They will plan for the upcoming milestone meeting. The milestone meeting will be 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, but the planning will start now, right? So that could be one of the project. Any projects that you know could actually fit this kind of a description? 3 or 4 people together who can work for the club's benefit? Quickly, any answers? Is the unmute button working? Okay. Abdul, any idea? Yes, super. Okay.
No, you have to repeat your question, Vijay, because it was very fast.
Okay. So, can you suggest a project where 3 or 4 people can come together and do a project that will benefit the club? So I said, for example,
Contest,
Yes.
club
milestone
contest.
project preparation.
Open house meeting.
Open house meeting, fantastic. Okay.
Club contest,
Um,
area contest.
Club contest, yes. Okay.
A debate session within the community.
Yes, why not? Within the community, a debate session, fantastic. So we can get so many ideas, right? A very small team that can work for about 2 to 3 weeks to do a project that will benefit the club, right? See here, this project also demands a 360-degree evaluation from your peers, right? And after you have done the project, you will come to the club and deliver a speech the next week or the following week, a 5 to 7 minute speech about your experience in working with the team, how you help to motivate each other to succeed in that particular project, right? So motivate others, level 4 project. When we go to level 5 in motivational strategy, it is team building. Again, build and work with a small team. Here, they didn't mention the team size. So it's up to you to choose 4 people, 5 people, or 3 people. It's up to your choice. Build a team either in your Toastmasters club or any environment. So this could be even in your corporate setting, right? So in your office, maybe you're doing an open house, an all hands meeting, right? So you can take this to your corporate as well. Any non-Toastmasters event must be approved by a vice president of education, as you should, right? So before the event, deliver a 2 to 3 minute report at a club to share your plan. So some of the projects will have this kind of a setup. Hear me carefully. So before you do a project, you will decide what to do, who's in your team, right? Then 1 week in a club meeting, you will come to the club, you will deliver just a 2 to 3 minute report in the club. In that report, you will only share who is your team, what is your plan, when are you going to finish it. That's all. Just give your plan to your club. After you work for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever is your schedule, finish that. Then you will deliver a second speech, which is 5 to 7 minutes. And in that time, you will probably share it in a speech, the experience, what you got by doing this team building activity, right? So the content of the speech is up to you, but it should be about the event. Okay. Questions? So here you need to do 2 speeches, 1 2 to 3 minute speech, which will only talk about the plan before you do the project. After 3 weeks, after you complete, you will do a 5 to 7 minute speech talking about your experience. Again, this could also be any project that will benefit your club, that will benefit the fraternity, right? So think of those projects that will benefit. What is PI? Which path is PI?
Persuasive.
Thank you. Persuasive influence is PI, right? In level 4 of persuasive influence, look at the project. It says leading in difficult situations. Prior to this, we saw leading in any situation. This project is leading in a difficult situation. This is a very interesting project. I'll tell you why. Now, this project can be a real or a hypothetical project, and you need to have a plan. Let's say I'm going to do a club building activity. So in Abhiramapuram Park, Sunday morning, I'm going to have a stall for Toastmasters, and I'm going to issue pamphlets. People talking, I'll make them sit and do a 2-minute speech, hot seat kind of a setup, and then I will introduce them about my club. This is my plan. So I will introduce this plan to the club. There is something called as plan, discussion, ideas, resource. Can you see it here? Fourth pointer here. The plan, disruption, resource. So this resource will be given to the VP or any member of the club. So what they will do is, suppose this is my plan, I'm telling to the club. So they will ask, okay, Sunday morning, if it rains, what will you do? Then I have to come up with a strategy saying what will be my alternate plan, right? Okay, so if the pamphlets didn't arrive on time, it is coming at after 9 o'clock when all the working people have gone home, what will you do? So the idea here is to give you all the disruptive ideas and see how well you're coming up with a new strategy to overcome that disruption. Am I too fast?
No.
You got the idea?
No, ma'am. Yeah.
One problem I have with this, excuse me, DTM Vijay Lakshmi. So what it says here, it says distribute copies of the plan disruption ideas resource. It looks like me. I mean, I am the speaker. I am supposed to give the ideas of disruption.
It's a resource material, ma'am. It's a resource material that will have the list of all the disruption ideas. So you can give it to any of your club members or all of your club members, and they can ask questions to you.
Okay.
Right? So which means you can already be prepared for these questions. If someone is smart in your club, they're going to ask a question which is not there in the resource. So you need to be prepared for that as well.
Okay.
Did I answer you? Yeah. Okay. So the idea of this is to listen and present impromptu solutions to the disruption ideas that are introduced by your club members. Again, the total time to complete this assignment is 15 to 20 minutes. Please note, no two levels are same. No two resource materials are the same. And no two project timings are the same, right? So let's be very mindful while choosing these projects. Make sure we have the time to deliver these projects. What is level 5 of persuasive influence? Level 5 of persuasive influence is high performance leadership, which is also called as HPL. Now, we're going to see in detail about HPL later, but just to give you just about what it is, you need to select a team. It's called the guidance committee. The guidance committee typically has about 4 to 5 members, and you need to meet with this guidance committee about your plan, what you're going to do to your club. It could be not just to your club, to the organization. It could be in a non-profit organization, anything else also. I remember a high-performance leadership project where one of the Toastmasters did by educating all the kids, the underprivileged kids in that particular geographic area. And the time that she took was more than 6 months to do that project. Right? Okay. So more than 6 months, right? So you need to form a team, an advisory team, which is called the guidance committee. Typically, senior members will be part of the guidance committee, 4 to 5 members. You need to meet with this guidance committee during the 6 months of time at least 5 times. It is already mentioned in the project, so you need to make sure you tick all these check boxes. Meet with the guidance team at least 4 to 5 times, right? Then you deliver a 5 to 7 minute speech at the club meeting to first introduce your plan. Previously, introducing plan had only 2 to 3 minutes, but for this project, it's giving you 5 to 7 minutes to just introduce your plan to your club. After you implement the plan, let's say it is taking 5 months, 6 months, right? Then you deliver your second speech that will talk about the experience and the completion of the project, about another 5 to 7 minute speech at your club. Again, for this, you need a 360-degree evaluation resource. There are 2 5 to 7 minute speeches. There are so many project planning, vision plan, all materials are available. You only need to fill all those sheets. That's all, right? So this is a very interesting project. We are going to look in detail because high performance leadership and the DTM project might look a little alike, but they are not. They might look a little alike, but they are not. Okay. So we'll look in detail about HPL project a bit later. So persuasive influence is also done. We will move to PM. What is PM?
Presentation mastery.
Thank you very much. Yes, presentation mastery is an in and out communication path. So in presentation mastery of level 4, it again says managing difficult audience. Again, this is a preset speech that needs to be delivered. So a role play assignment sheet will be given to all the members of the club, and they will be interrupting, disturbing the speaker while the speaker is giving a speech. So the whole idea is how the speaker will practice the skills needed to address the audience when you are present outside the Toastmasters Club, which means when there is a disturbance from the audience, how well can you remain calm and effective and yet deliver a good speech? So that's the whole purpose of this particular speech. It's a typical 5 to 7 minute speech, no project involved here. There is only a role player assignment that is needed. You can distribute the sheets to everyone. They know what to do. They will just interrupt you while speaking. So the whole process of you distributing, explaining, and all of that will take 12 to 15 minutes to complete this entire project. The speech, sorry, not a project. When it involves an activity, it's a project. When it does not involve an activity, it's a speech. So this is typically a speech. The level 5 of presentation mastery is prepare to speak professionally. As the name suggests, this is a typical 18 to 22 minutes of a keynote style speech. That's all, right? So you have a point, you exemplify on the point, you could have stories, you could have humor, facts, figures, all is up to you. 18 to 22 minutes of a typical keynote style speech is what is expected from presentation mastery level 5. These projects can be done in the club or outside the club. But if you're doing any project for that matter, if you're doing a project outside your club, make sure you inform your VPE prior to starting the project. We have come to VC. Yes.
Just one thing, DTM Vijay Lakshmi, this keynote speech, right? How is it different from a regular speech that we give in our clubs? And I'm especially asking this because I am a homemaker, so I have no professional experience. And I feel that if I had professional experience, it would be easier for me to give a keynote speech. Given that I don't have that, how should I construct a keynote speech? What should it constitute?
Very good question. I'm a homemaker myself. So for this 18-22 minute of a keynote style speech, what is expected out of this is, it is not a technical presentation if that's what you're thinking. You can have a very simple point. For example, the last keynote speech that I heard, which was really touchy, was one of the Toastmasters presented a speech on honesty. Okay. And so honesty was the core message. And he took the audience on a beautiful ride on the theme of honesty. He related it with a personal story and how people take honesty just like that, very lightly, and how it affected him personally and how he truly realized what honesty is all about. Right? So if you think this is just a story, this is just from his personal experience, what he is sharing, right? But he's sharing a very valuable lesson here. Typical keynote speeches are which starts normally but ends on a very high note, tending to bend towards motivational or inspirational note, right? So you can take anything that appealed to you personally, and you can make a speech out of it with your personal story.
Right? Okay, thank you so much.
A typical beginning, body, and conclusion will probably bring in the structure that is needed for a keynote appeal.
Okay.
So we move to visionary communication finally. Level 4 in visionary communication, the project is communicate change. Remember, I told you earlier about a project. This is slightly a typically similar project of that kind. So you develop a plan for communicating a change to an audience. How this change will affect them, what are the facts that we need to consider before making this change, and so on. So at a club meeting, communicate the change in about 5 to 7 minute speech. This could also be a real change that is needed for the club, or it could be any hypothetical situation like we discussed earlier, right? Plan to change. Level 5 in visionary communication is develop your vision. And in this project, you are required to develop a vision and present it in a club meeting for 5 to 7 minutes, first speech. And then you will establish a timeline. How long do you need to do this? For example, my vision as a VP membership for this year, at the start of the year, was to add 10 new members. And I'll probably be presenting my strategy as to how I am planning to do this, what kind of membership building activities I'm planning to do this. That will be my first 5 to 7 minute speech. Then I will work through, say, 6 months, which is 1/2 of the year, or I will take 1 year to complete my term. My club is an annual club. So I'll take 1 year and then I will present a speech, another 5 to 7 minute speech that will talk about how did I bring my vision to a completion, right? So again, a typical goal setting and bringing it to a completion is what this project also demands. There is a goal setting worksheet, goal task list. So all of these idea map worksheet. So each resource will give you immense knowledge to work on this particular project. There are also videos available in Basecamp that will talk about how to go about these projects. What are the different kinds of projects that can be done in this particular level? Again, a 5 to 7 minute speech. Thank you, Abdul. Reflect on your, now that we have seen all the level 4s and level 5s, if you have seen all the level 5 will have one mandate project, which is called reflect on your path. This is a mandate project and this is the last completion speech required to complete your path. I received many questions regarding reflect on your path. That's why I've had it here today. The purpose of this speech is to give a 10 to 12 minute speech. Share your experience on how you traveled through this path completion. What are the different projects that you did? How was it challenging for you? How did you transform as a speaker or a leader? What were the different competencies that you learned while you were attempting to complete levels and projects in this particular path? So that's the key intent of reflect on your path, as the name suggests. This is a 10 to 12 minute speech. It is mandate to complete a path. It is not there in every level. This is a path completion speech. This is the last speech. Once this is done, then that means you have completed your path. So you will finish the level 5 mandate, the level 5 elective, then you will do reflect on your path and finish the path. Let's quickly move on for the interest of time. This I want to bring to your notice. We have seen area directors doing visits to the clubs, district officers, division directors. So while they are coming to the club, this is for any district officers who have joined today. Here are some of the projects that you can do while you are visiting your clubs. Inspire our audience is a 5 to 7 minute speech where you inspire your audience to take up or do a particular role, or just simply inspire them and leave them on a high note. This can also be done when you're doing demo meetings in another setup totally. Toast speeches, all the milestone speeches, we invite all the district officers. So give a toast speech about the club, about the club members. Take this opportunity and complete this particular project or the speech. Acceptance speeches are speeches when you accept an award, then you speak about that. You accept the award with humility, with all humbleness, and then you will present a speech. So acceptance speech. Connect with storytelling. I have seen wonders work when district officers connect with your audience using a storytelling. So it could be a personal transformation of where they started to what they have become today. They can inspire their audience, or it could be any story that could connect to a common denominator, which we all have: fear of public speaking, communication, leadership. It could be any common denominator, and how well these district officers can connect with the storytelling is all that matters. Make connections through networking. You attend district officers training program. You attend other programs that are offered by the district. So once you attend that, you come back to the club and give a speech about what are the different things that you learned in those networking sessions. Who are the different people that you connected with in those networking sessions? That is the project objective of make connections through networking, right? All these are typically 5 to 7 minute speech. Toast and acceptance are only 2 to 3 minute speeches. Question and answer session. The project asks you to do a session for 20 minutes and answer Q&A for another 10 minutes. Totally 20 to 30 minutes is the Q&A session. So you can talk about leadership, you can talk about Toastmasters, you can talk about rewards and recognition, You can talk about anything under your profile, and you can ask the audience to raise questions. You can answer those questions, and that is a project completed check right there. Question and answer session. Prepare to speak professionally. We just saw it's an 18 to 20 minutes, 22 minutes of professional speaking. You are invited to every club possible in every good grandeur occasion. Make use of the occasion. Prepare well for an impactful 18 to 20 minutes of a speech. Go there and deliver a professional speech. And there you go. You have ticked one more speech in the path. Connect with your audience. This project demands you to talk to unfamiliar audience. There is a catch there. Inspire our audience. You can talk to Toastmasters. Connect with your audience is to talk to unfamiliar audience. You always get unfamiliar audience district officers when you're doing demo meetings, isn't it? So first time when you're introducing about Toastmasters to a new corporate, to a new community club, that is when you talk about the fraternity, isn't it? Unfamiliar audience. That is the chance that you can use to prepare completely, go and deliver a speech for 5 to 7 minutes. And there you go. You are done with connect with your audience. So if you're a district officer who's watching it, or any of your club members who know a district officer, you can take this back to your district officer, your area directors, your division directors. I want to become a distinguished Toastmaster, Vijay. What can I do? So a new member joins, and these are the education awards they need to finish. They need to complete 2 paths, right? And then in a leadership role, they have to serve as a club officer. If you are in a 6 months club officer role, you need to serve 2 times because they are looking at 1 year. My club is an annual club. We change roles only once in a year. So if I do VPM this year, it is enough. If your club changes every 6 months, biannual club, then you need to do 2 roles, treasurer and VPE and president and, right? So 2 roles, so totally 1 year you need to finish. Serve as a district officer. Area directors, division directors, top 7 will qualify as a district officer. They need to serve the 1 complete year, the 12-month term. What are the other roles I need to finish, Vijay? You need to complete any one of these following roles. A club sponsor, which means you're sponsoring or introducing a new club to the Toastmasters fraternity, to District 120. So if you know you can charter a new club in KK Nagar, Anna Nagar, a community club, or you are part of Snyder or Ford or Renault Nissan, you wanted to charter a club in your corporate, then you will receive the club sponsor. If the club is successfully chartered, you will receive the club sponsor credit. Speechcraft, thank you, Abdul. Speechcraft is an 8 weeks program where the program modules are given by Toastmasters International, and then we work on those modules by forming a team. So Speechcraft is a paid program that is done to individuals. A typical individual will pay approximately 5,000, 6,000 for a period of about 8 weeks of training. Youth leadership program also works like Speechcraft. The only difference is for youth leadership program, it is below 18. We do it for schools and colleges. Youth leadership program, we find sponsors who can bring the curriculum to these kids. We do not charge them during the youth leadership program. And then finally, complete one of these roles, either be a club mentor. When a new club is chartered, it needs to be hand-holded for 6 months. So you can be a club mentor and coach the club ExCom and the members. What are the different roles, how it needs to be done, and all the nuances of a club meeting for 6 months. Once you successfully complete 6 months, you will receive the club mentor credit. Club coach is appointed when the club is having a membership challenge. When there are 3 or below members, then a club coach will be appointed who will bring the club to a better number in terms of membership, and the club should also achieve a distinguished status. So these are the different requirements before you become a DTM. So the path can be done. The roles can also be done. You can do them simultaneously. That's the trick. So don't wait to complete 2 paths, then do 1 role, because already all the roles are demanding 1 year, 6 months minimum, right? So start taking a role first and start doing your projects parallelly. Let's quickly go through all the slides, and then I'll answer the questions due to the interest of time. For the DTM project, what is the scope of the DTM project? If you ask me, it will not be available in the base camp at the start. So you can choose any project to do a DTM project. The only thing here is It should have a proper team. There should be a budget involved. There should be a timeline involved. There should be delegation, risk management, and so many things involved while doing the DTM. It's not just another project. It's a very big capstone project. So make sure you take all of these into your mind before you do a DTM project. When can I see the DTM project? DTM project will not be available in your base camp. You have to finish one complete path. And then in the second path, when you're doing the third level only, you need to write an email to Toastmasters International to activate your DTM project in your Basecamp profile. Let me repeat that. You have to complete one full path, and in your second path, third level only, you can request for the DTM project via an email to Toastmasters International. That you need to do. educationprogram@toastmasters.org. So once you email them saying, hey, I'm in the second path, third level, please activate my DTM project. This is my membership ID. They will activate, and they will mostly immediately activate it for you, right? So this is how you gain access to the DTM project. DTM project is not a HPL project. They may look similar, but they are totally two different projects. Why? They have few common factors, and I want to list them here. Both requires you to create a plan, consider to work at least 6 months. I have seen people work for 1 year also. You need to have a budget. There is a team, delegation, conflict, risk. All of this needs to be done for both DTM and the HPL project. However, in a DTM project, no specific timeline is announced from Toastmasters International. We usually take a minimum of 6 months of time, because that's the time we have seen members take to complete that kind of a proper scale. We also time give ever. Please consider at least 6 months of time to complete a high performance leadership project. In a DTM project, DTM is a separate project other than the pathways. But in HPL, the HPL is a mandate or an elective project in one of the level 4 or level 5 in pathways. Do you understand the difference? In 4 or project, no guide committee is required. No mentor committee is required. But in HPL, it is mandate to have a guidance committee, the mentor committee, and you need to meet with this committee at least 5 times during the planning and the execution. In DTM project, the member should have completed, we just saw, right? 1 full path and 3 levels in the second path. But in HPL, there are no prerequisites like that. If it appears in your path in level 4 or 5, start working on your HPL project. In DTM project, build your team with the size of your choice. There is no specific team size given for DTM project. For HPL, it is mentioned at least 3 members need to be there in your HPL project. In a DTM project, you will first deliver in both the projects for that matter, you will first deliver a 5 to 7 minute speech about the plan and vision in your club. After you complete the project, you will come back to your team, to your club, and deliver a 8 to 10 minutes of a speech, the second speech about your project completion, right? And this is same for both HPL and DTM. You will, in DTM project, you will ask your peers to complete a 360-degree evaluation. In some of the HPL projects, if it is mentioned to ask a 360-degree evaluation, you will take that for the HPL. If not, usually it is not required in the HPL project. So though they may look similar, there are startling differences between a DTM and HPL project. Sometimes members are working in a HPL project different altogether. There is probably that you are doing, you finished your DTM, you completed 2 parts, you finished your DTM, but you have never done your HPL. Because the 2 parts that you selected, no, it might not have a HPL project. So you might have not done a HPL, but you are a DTM. It's okay, right? Do you understand? Yes, no, maybe. It looks maybe some clarity will come. Yeah. Okay. We have put this slide because we want to reiterate the importance of the Pathways Mentor Program. Again, Pathways Mentor Program is available for all the members to choose when you are in level 2 of any path. It is available in all the paths. So when you're in level 2, you are free to choose the Pathways Mentor Program. It starts with a very small activity to prepare yourself on how to become a mentor. Once you have prepared based on the curriculum, once you prepare yourself on how to become a mentor, then you will mentor for once for a very small project, for one script, for one speech. And then you will mentor a protege for 6 months, which is a bigger program. Once you have mentored a protege for 6 months, you have completed this Pathways Mentor Program. This is a very rewarding experience to and insist every member to take
Vijay, we just
Pathways
lost you for a
Mentor
minute.
Program.
Is that just me, Abdul? Can you confirm?
No,
Vijay,
it's breaking.
Yeah, it's breaking.
There is some network
Can
issue.
you hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah,
Where did we lose? Okay, so Pathways Mentor Program is first to prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Did you get that? Okay, to prepare yourself
I think just the
mentally
last part.
based
Just
on the
the last
curriculum. Okay, so if you're here, I want you to take this back to your club. Insist members Pathways Mentor. Rewarding experience, protege, and it's an extremely rewarding program, Pathways Mentor Program. These are some of the charts that we want to share with you to track your projects in Pathways. This has already been shared in the Pathways Basics and Intermediate. I'm sharing it yet again for people who have joined for the very first time. This will be shared with you via the TLI. This is for the club. If your club wants to keep a track of the Pathways achievement chart, they can do so. So you filled in the registration for the program. I've just managed to get some of the questions.
Vijay,
I really didn't understand that question. If you're here, you can probably.
Vijay, your voice is breaking. Vijay, probably if it's a networking issue, rest of us can go off video if that is helping your bandwidth.
Okay.
Can we try that?
Okay, thank you. No, we are almost done. I am just going to only answer, so even I can also switch off the video if required.
No, I think, yeah, Abdul, Aishwarya, can we just go off? I mean, let Vijay be on video.
Okay.
Vijay, we did not hear why your questions, our answers. Can you say that again for the members?
Okay, so while you registered for this program, you have asked questions to what is expected out of this particular program. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you now. Yeah.
Hello? Thank you. So here are the questions. And I'm just going to quickly look at the questions. So DTM Capstone project, we looked at it thoroughly. What is after DTM? Very good question. What can we do after DTM? If you ask me, I've been doing sessions on and training people as to how to do the DTM projects, number one. And two, there are so many programs in TI like the accredited speaker program. If you're ambitious to go for that, you can do that. There are so many other parts that you can complete. So you need roles as well. Contest-related preparation is nothing from Pathways. There'll be typical programs run for contests exclusively. How to become a DTM, we saw that. What are the new advancements? We saw that. L4, L5 project details, we saw that in detail. I'm just reading it from the text.
Okay, good.
So there aren't many questions. So how to choose a path? That was the last question. So how to choose a path? We have already done this in the big program, and I would really request you to please go to the YouTube and see the basic and the intermediate videos, and I hope that will help us to reach where we are. So that brings us to the end of today's presentation. This is 8:55 on the clock. I will now open the floor for some questions if you have, and we can wrap up the session exactly at 9, but I will stay here and answer a few more questions if you have. The floor is now open for questions.
Vijayalakshmi, Stalin from Genesis Toastmasters Club. I see in the YouTube only the basic, I don't find it the intermediate. So I'm not sure if it is loaded.
It is loaded. It is loaded. It's definitely loaded. I'll probably ask Apple to share all the videos. Once this is also uploaded, we will probably get to all the members in the fraternity. That will help, Stalin.
Yeah, I'll
The
share
pathway
that.
is basic, intermediate. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, and advanced. Yeah.
And one more question on the the chart list you showed on the screen. Could you please share that link? Maybe we can download or.
Yes, sure. That is also noted. We will share it with all the participants of this session, definitely. Okay, so Abdul has requested for feedback for this. Give valuable feedback. It's through these kind of feedbacks we are able to improve the sessions from basic to intermediate to advanced today. So if you have any suggestions or there is any clarity that you would need on any specific path or project, feel free to do so. Oh, good to see Mohan. Any questions? Are we having any questions on the chat? Okay. Please take a minute to fill the feedback. If there are no other questions, we still have 3 more minutes. No. Mohan, do you want to add to something to what's been discussed today?
Nothing, Vijay. I think definitely fantastic. A lot of information that we have shared. One thing that I want to just add is, of course, Vijay and I talk a lot about this. Any thoughts and ideas that this project can be done this way is just a thing that we saw or we did. We definitely don't want you to follow that. We want all of you to be innovative and then come up with something new that others get inspired. We don't want you to, oh, this person did this, so I'll also do that. No, try something new. You always have all of us from where you can check out if this project is okay. Yeah.
Do we have HPL in presentation mastery level 4? I don't think so. Presentation mastery is the communication part. So both level 4 and level 5 projects are speaking professionally and speaking off the cuff, I guess. So I don't think we have HPL in presentation mastery.
I think we do, Vijay.
We do? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it an elective?
It is an elective.
It's an elective. It's not a mandate of what we discussed today.
Not a mandate.
It might be an elective project. My apologies. It's an elective project. So if you want to choose that as an elective and do, you can. Yes.
Yeah, DTM, one question.
Yes.
You said the DTM project is a capstone project, right? So what do you mean by that now? What amount does it involve? I believe it refers to some expenditure of money, isn't it? So what is the typical amount? And just want to know that.
I'm going to divert this question to the first Pathways DTM of District 120, Distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan.
Okay. If I'm going to say this, I think a lot of people are not going to do their DTM project because my DTM project's budget was about 7 lakhs.
Really? Oh my.
Yeah. I mean, listen to me, right? So because my DTM project, I mean, it depends on what you're going to do. The reason I'm saying is my DTM project was a division conference where we had 630 people. There's registration fee involved. There was about 5 lakh sponsor involved. So I just put it in a funny way saying, my DTM project was 7 lakhs. It's still a big project, right? 630 people having 10 different committees under me as a conference chair. So that was my project. I'm sure that there could be projects where you get sponsor from others, things like that. Yeah, that was my project that I did. Yeah.
To answer to that question, my DTM project cost was about 12,000 rupees. So I did a volunteer program for underprivileged children, and to buy the books that was required for the curriculum was what was required for that 12,000. And we managed to get a sponsor who could help us with the 12,000 as well. So did I spend out of my pocket? Not a single penny, but I managed to get a sponsor who could help me to do the project. So the project sizes may vary. You may be dealing in lakhs like Mohan, dealing in thousands, or you may not even spend a single penny, but still do a very exclusive project. The idea of having a budget in this kind of a HPL or a DTM project is because you need to have a budget. There is a budget planning, and that's the kind of experience and learning that you will get out of these projects. And when there is this involved, there is definitely risk involved. When there is risk involved, you need to mitigate the risk. So one by one, there are a lot of factors that will contribute to a greater learning experience as a leader, right? So the budget is absolutely your choice. The project is absolutely your choice. You can find sponsors. You need not spend a single penny like I did. Did we answer you?
Yes, yes. Wonderful answer.
Okay, so that's 9:01 on the clock. Thank you so much for being amazing audience today. This is the finale for the Pathway series. I truly enjoyed doing basic, intermediate, and the advanced session today. Thank you, Mohana Krishnan, for this amazing opportunity. And back to the TLI chair, Abdul.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Vijayalakshmi. Yeah, recording of this session, right?
I just want to know, like, do we have the previous recordings? I recently joined my Toastmasters club, so this is the first meeting I'm attending. So is there a way that I can get the previous ones?
Yes, it will be there in our District 120 YouTube channel. We will consolidate this basic, intermediate, and advanced, and we'll share that in the form of an email as well.
Okay, great.
To all the attendees.
The more views, the more buzz Pathways will get in the district. And that's how the education program can transform us, isn't it? So please go ahead and take a look at the basic and the intermediate videos. Yes, Mo?
Yeah, just I also want to add to everyone that, you heard Vijay mentioning about we have evolved a lot in Pathways. All that is not like in the past tense, it is happening. Only with the questions and the doubts that we all raise up in sessions like this. So I request all of you and your club members to keep coming up with all the questions, doubts. I always say there is no silly questions or stupid questions. This could be a game changer, and TA might come up with something amazing with what we raise. So feel free to post that anywhere possible so the leadership can take it to the world headquarters. That's something I want to mention.
Not just for this session, I'm the Pathways Guidance Committee Chair this year. So if you have any questions, or you want to do an exclusive session in your club or anything at all, feel free to reach out to me. So all your area directors, division directors will have my number, don't worry. So let's quickly click a picture to finish off in Skype. Yeah. So may I request all of you to please turn on your videos if possible. Thank you. Abdul, you be clicking.
Yeah, I'll repeat it. May all of you turn on your videos for a minute. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Mohan, Abdul, will be staying a few more minutes. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah. Let me stop the recording and we shall have networking.